Hello, you're watching VA News and now headlines as usual. President Trương Tấn Sang bids farewell to outgoing ambassadors. World Bank forecasts Vietnam's growth rate at 6 to 6.2% this year. Young volunteers have promoted Hanoi's image. President Trương Tấn Sang on July 20th held meetings for ambassadors of Finland, Belgium and Germany who came to say goodbye at the end of their tenure in Vietnam.
President Trương Tấn Sang held separate meetings for ambassadors of Finland, Belgium and Germany on July 20th, who came to say farewell at the end of their tenures in Vietnam. President Sang valued the contributions made by German Ambassador Jutta Frost to Vietnam-Germany relations in recent years. He calls upon the European country to invest more in Vietnam and enhance bilateral economic ties. The outgoing ambassador spoke highly of the cooperative ties between the two countries. She urged Vietnam to create a legal framework for the two countries to strengthen bilateral cooperation in all areas. In his meeting with Belgian Ambassador Bruno Angelet, President Sang congratulated him on his new position as the next EU ambassador to Vietnam. He said cooperation between Vietnam and Belgium currently fell short of the two countries' potential, expressing his hope that once a free trade agreement is signed between Vietnam and the EU, trade ties between Vietnam and Belgium would increase rapidly. Ambassador Bruno Angelet said 3,000 Vietnamese students were currently studying in Belgium, a number he wished to see increase in the near future. In a reception for the outgoing Finnish ambassador Kimmo Ladeveta on the same day, President Sang said he hopes Finland would work closely with Vietnam in the field of education and create opportunities for businesses in the two countries to collaborate on a range of others. The ambassador pledged to create favorable conditions for boosting bilateral relations in trade, science and technology, and culture and education.
We have more news coming up next. A delegation from Ho Chi Minh City, led by Politburo member and secretary of the Municipal Party Committee Lê Thanh Hải, recently paid a visit to the U.S. to bolster cooperation between the city and U.S. localities. The delegation had a working session with San Francisco Mayor Edwin Lee, during which a cooperation plan for 2015 to 2020 was also signed to beef up bilateral collaboration in investment, trade, high technology, culture, and education. The delegation dedicated a large portion of the visit to strengthening cooperation with U.S. partners by calling for investment from top enterprises in Silicon Valley, including Apple, Google, Japan, and Intel. The delegation also visited universities in the U.S., including the University of California at Berkeley and the University of California at Davis. During his stay, Hai and the delegation had a meeting with representatives of the Vietnamese community in San Francisco, where he affirmed the party and state's constant policy of viewing overseas Vietnamese as an inseparable part of the nation. The signed and pending free trade agreements will not only provide benefits for the Vietnamese footwear and bag sector, but also a number of challenges, as export goods now require clear information on product origin.
In the past 5 years, the Vietnamese government has actively negotiated FTAs with numerous countries, with most of them impacting significantly on the development of the footwear sector. The footwear sector will be a priority during the negotiation process, since it is one of Vietnam's 3 key exports to the EU and the US. Once the agreements are signed, export tax could be eliminated entirely, opening up more opportunities for the sector to increase its exports and expand its market shares. Additionally, the ASEAN has also signed FTAs with China, Japan, the Republic of Korea, India, Australia, and New Zealand. The group is currently negotiating a regional comprehensive economic partnership with the 6 aforementioned countries. This will establish a free trade area comprising 16 states and a total population of over 3 billion. As such, Vietnam, as a member state of ASEAN, will also have the chance to boost its exports to these countries. Vietnam's footwear export turnover is estimated at $7.35 billion in the first half of 2015, up by 18% compared to the same period last year. Vietnam is the world's third largest exporter of leather and footwear products, following China and Italy. Vietnamese products are available in more than 50 countries and territories throughout the world.
Sales of automobiles rose in most segments during the first half of the year in comparison with the same period last year. In its latest report, the Vietnam Automobile Manufacturers Association said that some 103,500 vehicles were sold in the Vietnamese market during the period, an increase of 58% period on period. Sales included 45% from small cars, 75% in commercial vehicles, and 136% from special purpose vehicles. In June, the sales of passenger cars reached the highest volume in every segment, with 9,796 units, a growth rate of 9.2% compared with the previous month. The month also saw an unbalanced growth rate between locally assembled complete knockdown and imported complete built units. It was further reported that domestic sales reached 14,448 C-Car-D units and 4,238 CBUs in June, increasing by 3% and 9% respectively. We just received an updated news. More in the following. The World Bank expects Vietnam's economic growth to hover around 6 to 6.2% in 2015, underpinned by further recovery in domestic demand, reflecting robust private consumption and investment growth. In its update on Vietnam's recent economic developments released on July 20th, the World Bank said the midterm outlook for the country is positive, adding that the Purchasing Managers' Index, computed by HSBC, has remained above 50 for 22 continuous months, while the Consumer Confidence Index stayed at 140.2 in May, well above its long-term average of 135. Despite recent loosening of monetary policy, this year inflation will remain low at 2.5%, on account of low global energy and food prices, the bank said. The bank also expects the trade surplus to narrow significantly in 2015 due to a combination of weakening exports and sustained import growth stoked by stronger domestic economic activities. Vietnamese mangoes grown in the southern Dong Nai province have been licensed to enter the Japanese market, as announced by the local Department of Agriculture and Rural Development. Accordingly, Japan's Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries has licensed the Pacific type of mangoes grown in Xuân Lộc District, Dong Nai province. The province currently cultivates mangoes on more than 11,000 hectares of land. However, the number of products that meet the quality standards of VietGAP or Global GAP is still low. In order to address this, local residents are now expanding the cultivation area for VietGAP quality products to over 54 hectares. Japanese businesses highly valued the quality of Dong Nai's mangoes during an inspection of the province's plantations and expressed their wish to import a large quantity of mangoes, among other fruits and vegetables. They also wish to cooperate and exchange agricultural technologies with Dong Nai province. A cultural center opened in Hanoi on July 20th to provide the public with information on Hoàn Kiếm Lake, a special natural heritage and popular destination in the capital city.
The three-story building covers 242 meters and is located at number 2 Lê Thái Tổ Street, Hoàn Kiếm District. With an open space, the facility's first 2 stories are being used for exhibition and information searches, and the top floor is dedicated to organizing relevant workshops and seminars. The operation of the center is expected to further promote the values of the lake, as well as the old quarter surrounding it. Previously, 2 centers for information on the old quarter and culture exchanges were already established in the district.
The number of tourists to the northern mountainous province of Lào Cai from January to June surged by nearly 30% over the same period last year after the Nội Bài Lào Cai Expressway opened in 2014.
Hotels in popular destinations such as Sapa Town, Bắc Hà Market and Lào Cai City were quickly booked due to the rising volume of vacationers. Bắc Hà Market, for example, saw a year-on-year increase of up to 30% in the number of visitors. Night markets are now open during weekends to meet tourism demand. Bắc Hà District also launched promotion programs and developed ecological tourism along the Chảy River. Chairman of the Sapa District's People's Committee, Trịnh Xuân Trường, said the tourism sector has focused the search and mapped out plans to cope with the expansion. However, he said the scales of the schemes remain small and have yet to meet the increasing demand. To take advantage of the expressway linking Hanoi capital with Lào Cai province, local authorities plan to improve infrastructure and services. Lào Cai will also expand areas for fruit cultivation and animal livestock, ensure food hygiene and safety, and open packaging and souvenir stores.
Visitors to Hanoi during the summer will receive special support of volunteer tour guides, who are students of universities across the city. The youths are present at tourist sites to introduce culture and history of the 1,000-year-old capital to both domestic and international holiday makers. Since 2009, the students have been stationed at some of Hanoi's most popular attractions, such as Ngọc Sơn Temple, Trần Quốc Pagoda, Thăng Long Imperial Citadel, and the Temple of Literature, where they volunteer as tour guides.
The students have visitors explore the history and culture of Hanoi with both sides, which are more than 1,000 years old.
The students have also contributed to raising the awareness of local residents and domestic visitors on the need to protect the country's landscapes and the environment. Programs like this have helped fuel national pride and patriotism among the younger generations.
When I visited Hanoi, I felt like a stranger. However, the young volunteers spoke to me about the tourist sites and helped me increase my understanding of the country's history.
The Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union in Hanoi said the 15 volunteer teams could operate until the end of August, and the model is expected to be rolled out on a larger scale in the future.
In the long run, we organize training courses to ensure that the teams can operate for the full year. We will also partner up with cultural and historic sites to improve the efficiency of the program.
Vietnam is becoming an attractive tourism destination thanks to its cultural wealth. The young volunteers' enthusiasm will help promote the image of Hanoi and Vietnam in general in the eyes of its visitors. And that has wrapped up our news bulletin. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye for now.